Hey everybody, what's up? It's Ree or Rebel Inks Art here again with another character design challenge. Today's prompt was Angel Vintage. Vintage Angel? One of the two. And so immediately, well not immediately, I had to do some thinking. I had trouble finding a prompt this week. But after a bit of consideration, I knew that I wanted to go with a late 1940s woman entering the workforce kind of look for this illustration, kind of a Rosie the Riveter kind of thing. This time period's always been kind of close to my heart because my great-grandmother, Grandma Dot, was a member of the Women's Army Corps, the WAC, and so just because of that, I've always associated that time period of like women, you know, finally standing, well, no, I don't want to put it like that. Women have always been kicking tuchus, but women, you know, being allowed to enter the workforce and just really getting up and kind of dragging this country up by the bootstraps is just something that means a lot to me. So I really, I got to have a lot of fun with this. I especially just really love the hairstyle from this time period. And one thing that I had a lot of fun with that I didn't really expect to enjoy as much as I did was the clothing style, because even though it's really simple, there's something really nice about that baggy but like really cleanly pressed outfit that was just so much fun to draw. Those wrinkles were so therapeutic. So I really had a blast with this. But so I hopped into it, I immediately got that base pose down, wanted her to have an arm up flexing like, heck yeah, we got this. Gave her a little halo over her head, and then I gave her some of those oh, I'm sorry, Cheddar, I just kicked my cat. I gave her some of those, please don't tell PETA. I gave her some of those downturned wings. I don't know the name for those, but I fell in love with them after I saw them actually in a mobile game I play, and they've been one of my favorite kind of wing types ever since I saw them. They just feel so elegant and cool. I don't know how you'd fly with them, but they're very pretty, and you know, in the end, this whole series is about the aesthetic, so forget practicality. She's an angel. She's like ethereal. She doesn't need wings that are practical. Heading into that line art, I wanted to give her big old eyebrows. I decided to make her Latina was my intention, just because even though the late 1940s are what started it, I feel like she would be very much a patron saint of, you know, women in the workforce who are doing hard, dangerous jobs for unfair compensation. And I feel like while in the 1940s that was, you know, most women entering the workforce, nowadays that's primarily something that's still inhabited by women of color. And so I just kind of feel like even if she's still working in that 1940s aesthetic, this guardian angel is, you know, here to rep those who are still in these kinds of conditions these days. Also, I just immediately trust this woman. I would name my firstborn after her. I don't know, there's something about like her expression and her pose and everything about her. I just feel like she's very safe and kind. I don't know how this illustration turned out as well as it did, but I love this character, as simple as she is, and I want her to hold me in her big strong arms. Which is honestly such a mood. Getting those nice funky little shoes. Per the norm, Pinterest was a big help in finding reference photos for this kind of thing. For those of you who do these kind of character challenges, if you're ever looking for photo reference, which I heavily recommend, I use photo reference for literally every single drawing I've done on this channel. Go to Google if you need very like straightforward stock images for like reference on how do I draw this hand, how do I, you know what these wings should look like. Go to Pinterest if you need things for reference for pose or aesthetic options, because for Pinterest you're going to get a lot more of the artsy pictures, and that can really help kind of set a tone for your picture, whereas Google's going to have the very like straightforward, very kind of reference photos for like making sure things are atomically correct. And so I use a nice little combination of both. But I use Pinterest for reference to start off my pictures, to kind of help me figure out a pose, figure out outfit, hair, that kind of thing, because it's got a lot more artsy stuff, and that helps just kind of give my picture a much more aesthetically pleasing kind of base to work off of, versus when I was just using straight up Google for everything. Everything felt a little bit flatter, just because that's the kind of image that you tend to get more on Google. And I gave her white pupils. I don't know why, but it felt right at the time, and I'm still kind of very much like how it turned out. It gives her just a slightly more ethereal, slightly more ghosty kind of feel to her, so I'm happy with it. I think it turned out cool. Just heading in there doing that shading. I think shading the pants was like one of my favorite parts, to be completely honest. Just the pants in general were such a fun little process for me. They were so like clean pressed and nice, and I kind of high-key, like I know I wouldn't be able to pull them off, but I want a pair of these pants. They just feel very comfortable and they look very fresh. Very cute. Just doing some light shading on those wings to make them pop a little bit more. Then we're gonna head in there and do those final touches. Giving her that background, and then gonna give her a little white outline around her. There we go. So that was today's character design challenge. Here's that finished illustration per the norm. I love how this one turned out. It's very simple. It's not as detailed as I normally go into my pictures, but I think it benefits a lot from that. It helps, you know, portray this idea of like innocence and purity through like just the cleanness of the design. I had a ton of fun with this. So again, if you're interested in trying out this character design challenge, I heavily recommend it. I've already learned so much from this. The link to the aesthetic generator is down below. If you'd like, you can check out the other videos on my channel if you're new to the channel. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and as always, I will see you guys in the next video. I love you! Bye-bye!